Okay, so the subject that I'm here to talk to you about today is one that is often debated on the topic of education, and that's the value of online classes versus traditional classes. In many people's opinion, online classes are inferior to traditional because people think that it's less work just because it's online, and then also it lacks the aspect of social interaction that traditional classes do. However, I'm here to convince you otherwise. Online classes teach valuable skills such as self-discipline, independent problem solving, and to counter the negative opinion that I stated at the outset, they do actually involve a heavy amount of social interaction. Before I begin discussing this, I would like to cite a stat from Online Learning Consortium that 1 in 4 students are actually in online classes. So nowadays, it is actually becoming a prevalent form of education, and many are turning to this. And so I'm here to reinforce the belief that online classes are equally as valuable, if not more, to traditional. The first skill that I mentioned that online classes teach is self-discipline. To begin, I'd like to talk about flexibility. Kate Barrington talks about in Community College Review the value of flexibility in online classes, because many who are in college are not merely traditional students, such as myself, but parents or people with full-time jobs. So being able to manage their own schedule and choose the time when they're going to work is such a valuable asset when trying to have the opportunity to get an education. But this does come also with the benefit of teaching you self-discipline, because you have to create your own schedule. Many students do not learn this as much through traditional courses because they have the schedule set out for them. But with online classes, they have to manage their own timetables. And this is a valuable skill not only in college, but on throughout their life, going into the workforce as well. Similar to this, another skill that online courses teach is independent problem solving. Just as self-discipline, when the teacher is not there to tell you when to do your work, the teacher is also not always there to tell you how to do your work in online classes. As I will talk about in a few moments, that doesn't mean that the teacher is not able to help you or that you're not able to get the help that you need for the class. But oftentimes, it's not as easy as it is in a traditional course. You can't merely raise your hand and ask how to do something, but you have a lot more motivation to take the time to learn how to do it yourself, because you're by yourself when you're doing this work. And as I stated before, self-discipline, this is a valuable life skill in the workforce and with life, because in many cases, you don't always have people to help you when you're doing your work. The last point I would like to bring out is the social interaction aspect. This is in many times when people think online courses aren't as good because you don't have the same human interaction. But in reality, as my personal experience will show, you do. In the majority of online classes I've taken, discussion posts are a regular part of class in which you collaborate with fellow students on assignments where you're having that interaction with them, very similar to how you would collaborate with students in group work in a traditional classroom setting. Will Erstad cites from Rasmussen College the value of this, stating that social interaction, while not as much as in traditional courses, of course, is still prevalent in online courses. This is not only with your fellow students, but it's with your teacher as well. You can always get the help you need by emailing them. They have audio calls, and then also video discourses and lectures are often a way that teachers teach, so you even have the face-to-face interaction in an online class setting. Yu Wang even cites in an international journal on interactive design and manufacturing that online courses do not perform any lower than traditional courses, so this backs up the fact that they are just as good as traditional classes. In conclusion, these courses build skills that I have mentioned, such as self-discipline, problem solving, and it also offers social interaction. So next time you know someone, or maybe even you yourself, go to take a college course, consider the option of online classes, and you will have a lot of valuable benefits from this.